didn't see you there. Welcome to Notes with Plunky. Hey guys, just remember, in big number 1, this is Who Likes Christmas. You guys sing, "We like Christmas, Merry Christmas, who's from the first to the last." Make sure that is off on beat 4. Then for the acapella section, hey, let's try this week just to listen to each other on stage. I'm going to check it out during sound check, but if we can all, instead of watching me in the monitor, let's all breathe together. We'll see if that works, because last week it was a little clunky. So we'll see how it sounds in this space. Cool? Hey, young Max, this next note is for you in I Hate Christmas Eve. Just make sure when we get to the part where you sing, it could be perhaps your shoes are too tight, it could be your head's not screwed on just right. Let's see if we can keep that right in the pocket of the rhythm there. So Grinch says, "Don't ask me why, I won't ask the reason. It could be perhaps your shoes are too tight. It could be your head's not screwed on just right." That way we can hear all the words, and we're also playing it with the orchestra right there. So I think instead of backphrasing that or whatever we're doing, if we can stay right in the pocket, that would be awesome. Hey Papa, in I Hate Christmas Eve, make sure you're singing, "Is busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath." Just make sure we hear the word wreath. It's kind of petering out. So make sure that you hit the word wreath so that we hear the TH at the end. Capiche? Guys, Welcome Christmas sounds really great. This is Puppet Hill 1. At the very end, though, just make sure that we're singing Forest outdoors, welcome Christmas, Christmas Day. So just connect Christmas Day. Make sure we all connect those, because right now the Christmas is getting kind of messy. So make sure that we all sing Christmas Day. Off on 4. Yeah, that's great. Otherwise, that number sounds fantastic. Hey guys, during Thought That Counts, the acapella section, I'm just going to go over your pitches, because even though it's just the thought that counts, the pitches actually count. So I'm just going to play each part here. Here's for the basses. Here's the tenor line. 2, 3. Good, and together all of the gentlemen sound like this. It's not. Great, here's the alto line. 2, 3. Good, and all together I'll play all the parts. 1 and 2 and 3. And the only other thing I wanted to say in Thought That Counts is when we get to the very end, after not what you've bought, not what you bought, it's the thought as we've been taught, it's the thought. This is all great. Then you sing that 2, 3 counts. So where's that cutoff? On counts, right? So we get counts 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6, 7. Tss. Yep, so it sounds something like this. Counts. Yeah, so make sure on that we have the TS. Hey, old Max, in Down the Mountain, right after we get this music, and you start saying, it wasn't quite Christmas. Can you go into, just keep delivering your line and don't wait for, and the village was quiet. See if you can go right into the village was quiet, and we're going to pick it up a little bit later. So don't wait for that music. We'll kind of play that. I was looking over some of the original score, and it looks like they've moved it in different spots. But right now I would love for it to land. So he says, fa, who, and we get to cut him off with that. Yeah, let's try that. So you can just keep plowing through that dialogue, and we'll catch up to you. Family, now's the time sounds so beautiful. It's fantastic. Dan sure was saying that it's one of the best it's ever sounded. The harmonies are great. There's just one cut off that consistently is a little bit tricky. So it's after taste, taste, right? So it's here's the place, knows the time. So time, 2, 3, m on 4. Does that make sense? So here's the place, taste, taste, now's the time. Yes, make sure we get that m at the very end before JP's All the Gifts Will Come, of course. Here's a note for number 13, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Young Max, when we get to measure 44 in your music, Grinch has just, old Max has sung, you have all the tender sweetness of a seasick crocodile. Make sure that you sing with him as well, Mr. Grinch. Before, oh, I hope I don't drop it. All that business. Make sure that's you have a little line to sing with old Max there. And young Max, when we come back in at bar 48, old Max says, given the chance between the two of you, I'd take the... Grinch says, oops. Here's your pitch, seasick crocodile. So for these two, for Seasick Crocodile and the one that goes later, try scooping into the note. What you've been singing, I listened to it on a recording, was Seasick Crocodile. So you're singing a little bit too high. So just go Seasick Crocodile. Practice that a couple times to scoop up to it. You just gotta kind of pull it out of your butt. So given the chance between the two of you, I'd take the crash, 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 crash. He says, oops, seasick crocodile. Also, the cutoff for crocodile, seasick crocodile, off on 4. Young Max, Old Max, and Grinch, after the assortment of deplorable rubbish imaginable, mangled up in, we get the scarf, tangled up knots. Make sure the tss is on beat 4. It just sounds a little sloppy right now. And then everyone at the end of that number, this is Grinch, Young Max, Old Max, I think it's Young Max, Old Max, Grinch, Palm, Buzz, and Reno. When we get to the very end, Mr. Grinchy Grinch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. On 13, put the ch, the last ch of Grinch. So one more time, ain't you glad you finally seen one? Mr. Grinchy Da-da-da-da. In Puppet Hill 2, when we get to the part where you guys sing, who's like Christmas, live, at the live for Christmas part, can we go, live for Christmas, most precious time of. So put the time of, put the mov on the downbeat if that makes sense. Live for Christmas, most precious time of the year, instead of time of the year. When we get to the very end of Puppet Hill 2, when we're singing Who's Love Christmas, Cherish Christmas, those huge chords at the end, sometimes the pitches I feel like this. So I'm going to go over it with you so you can practice. Here are your notes. Here's for the basses. This is the baritone line, which would be the middle line, baritones and second tenors. So you're reading the middle part. Here's for the baritone. 3 and Peace, love, Christmas, cherish Christmas, cherish family, and that's the middle harmony. Here's the tenors. And all together, the gentleman sounds like this. Who's 3 and here is the alto line. Who's 3 and here's the soprano line. 3 and so the ladies together sounds like this. 3 and and all together, everybody sounds like this. 3 and coming out of that vamp at 41, this might be useful. Here we go. Hey, old Max, in this time of year reprise, this is after the sleigh falls down the mountain, oh no, when we get that big thing. I think we're going to add in a repeat on bar 1, so it'll sound something like this. You'll get that again. And then we'll go on. Just we'll give a little bit more time. I know there's a lot happening backstage at that moment, so we'll try that this week and see if that works. And if we need to go back to the original, we can. Thanks. Guys, candle lighting sounds so beautiful. It's fantastic out in the house. When we get to measure 29, the ooh section, a lot of you are still singing ooh instead of ooh. Think of it instead of going ew, like going ooh. Like what's that? Like ooh, lots of space, yeah, lots of resonance in there, and just as warm a sound as you can. Right now it's getting a little forward in our ooh, it's a little too whatchamahoo like, yeah. So this is Mormon tackle, Mormon tabernacle choir kind of stuff, right? Super pure vowels. And when we get to bar 43, this is for the 1 or 2 sopranos that we have on the descant up at the top. Christmas Day is in our grasp as long as we... Careful on that D natural. Instead of what I'm hearing sometimes, as long as we... It's a little higher, the as. Long as we... Think brighter for the as, right? Christmas Day is in our grasp as long as we... That's where the pitch should lay for that. Guys, for the finale, I just want to do a quick review of the very end from even when we're far apart. Sometimes the harmonies are not quite there. I mean, my professor in college used to say, well, it was loud. So it doesn't sound bad, but it could be a lot better. Yeah, let's make that chord a little bit more beautiful. So here's the men's, the baritone line for you guys from even. Even when we're far apart, here's that middle line. Even when we're far apart, you've done something to my heart. So this is how you'll always stay, my Santa for a day. There's that middle one. If you're a tenor, this is what you will sound like. 3 and even when we're far apart, you've done something to my heart. So this is how you'll always stay, my Santa for a day, or a day. Good, going on. The basses sound like this.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, man? Look who showed up.
How are you doing?
You want to give him any notes?
Watch the conductor.
Here's bar 48. This will be our song. Here's for the basses, bass baritones. 3 and this will be our song. You and I belong, heart to heart together. Christmas Day or Christmas Day. Here is the tenor line. This will be our song. 3 and this will be our song. So all together, the gentlemen there for this will be our song sound like this. And ladies, when we get to, let's do all of the alto line from even when we're far apart. 3 and so this or the top altos. Oh, that's actually the sopranos, I lied. The altos, I'll play the rest of the alto line, and heart to heart together for the top altos, the middle harmony. Heart to heart. So, all together, everybody from even when we're far apart. 3 and just building day. Everybody sing day. Great. This will be our song. 3 and just take a look at those harmonies again once more for yourselves and make sure we're right square in the middle of that pitch. It's the last moment of the show and we want it to just be glorious. Glorious. Hey guys, thanks so much for all of your work. Remember, clean vocals means clear story. Clear story means full hearts. Hope you have a great week. Enjoy your time in Milwaukee, and let me know if you have any questions. There are 2 practice rooms down here in Milwaukee in the basement, and if you ever want to go through stuff, just let me know, and we can schedule some time for that. All right, thanks. Have a great week.